So one of the first things you have to look at when you are, can y'all see my screen again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the first things you have to do when you are preparing yourself for a rank up or a re-rank, and especially as it relates to Leaders Retreat, you really have to be thinking about gathering some higher points with the consistency, and namely with re-ranks and rank ups, which within the Leaders Retreat contest is honestly one and the same. If over the past 6 months from January on, you may be a Ruby ambassador, but maybe you've only been earning as high as senior gold points, okay, then you have the ability to earn rank up credits as if you were ranking up for the first time as a Ruby if you get back to Ruby credits, okay? If you were a Ruby ambassador and maybe you're ranking, you all January through May, you've only been ranking as a gold ambassador with gold points between 100 and 249 points. If you get back to senior gold, you would get senior gold as if you were ranking senior gold for the first time, even if it's a re-rank. Does that make sense? So that is an opportunity you all have to really maximize your Leaders Retreat credits, because now that we're not getting double credits from this month moving forward, if you have a goal of still earning this cruise, then it's really important that you look at those higher point values for you to really earn, okay? So if we take a look at, first thing I want to take a look at is your perks report, okay? This is something that's so critical to look at all the time. She is a smaller organization because, like I said, Leslie's a new leader on our team. She just went gold probably 3 or 4 months ago, if that. And so she has 3 people that they just forfeited their perks credits. Many times in your back office, if you check this every day, which you really should be, you will see a number that says 3 days to 4 or 2 days or 1 day. That is something you really need to be looking at, because that lets you know, okay, if that person turned off their sub, they're going to forfeit their credits. That's leverage for you to reach out to them. Does that make sense? Because a lot of times people don't know. They don't know what they don't know, right? And the reason why I'm bringing this up, and I haven't really focused on this in the past, and that's my bad for not doing so, is I have a new system, a follow-up system with people, my levels 1 through 4, and it's called Project Broadcast. I won't get into all that right now, but bottom line is the reason why I know this is beneficial is because I cannot tell you how many of these messages have gone out to people just in my levels 1 through 4, and how many people are actually responding to me, someone they don't even know because I didn't sign them up, right? They're just in my levels, they're in my levels 2 through 4, and they are 100%. Oh gosh. My kid's back. So now the dog doesn't care about me. Hold on, let me open the door. Okay, please get in. And so the reason why this is really important, sorry, y'all. The reason why this is really important is because if these individuals were willing to share with a stranger, i.e. me, and say, hey, oh yeah, I just got a new credit card. I had so many messages like that. So what that means to me is that a lot of you guys aren't looking at your perks report to reach out to those individuals, because they would really have no reason to respond to me if they had already gotten it taken care of because you reached out to them. Does that make sense? Because they're only getting a reach out from me after it's completely like they've lost it, right? Those subs are completely off after the 3 days, okay? So this is really, really important that you take a look at this report. This is a way for you to maintain some of your points, because as you're trying to rank up, you're not just always trying to breathe new life into your business. You're trying to recruit new people every month, but you're trying to maintain, which is why I love that this Leaders Retreat contest is focused so heavily, or just as heavily, on the retention of your customers as it is in the recruitment of your customers. Everybody understand what I'm saying here? So that is the points. No. That's the perks report. Okay. The other thing that you want to really look at are your subs. So let's go to the points and rank up report, and we'll load her data. Okay. And then let me click this up here. Okay. And so we're going to go and look at subscriptions. Okay. Now I'm going to go here and I'm going to look at, okay, all the people that have subs. Okay. And then you can see, okay, well, there's a lot of people that they're pushed out till September. A lot of them are pushed out to September. Okay, so that's an area of growth for Leslie, right? Because there's a reason why all these people are pushed out to September when September is not for several months from now, right? So that's a teaching point. That's a talking point. That's a training point for Leslie, because we really want to set appropriate expectations for people that they really shouldn't be joining as a VIP if they're not planning on getting started with a 90-day focus in mind. Okay. Because I'm not going to dissect this right now. This is not a critique on Leslie, but I'm just wanting to show you that this will let you know, okay, you can't bank on getting those points. You can't just look at the subscription. Oh, there's a subscription in place. You have to look at, well, when is the date set? Does that make sense? Also, you want to take a look at this join date for this person. It was in December. Okay. So it's not like they're a new person, right? This is probably someone that joined at the end of the year. They decided, well, I'll keep it on just so I won't lose my perk traders, which is good that Leslie's communicated that, but still Leslie can't count on that person for her re-ranking to gold this month. Does that make sense, you guys? So because she ended last month at 60, we want her to get back to 100 points, which is only a 40-point deficit. That's if no attrition happens, like no one else turns off their sub. Does that make sense? So this is something you really need to take a look at. You can sort and filter this way. I'm just clicking on subscription and it goes to from starting with people who have 0 sub, which is also a good thing. This is another reason why you need to be looking at your back office, because all these names Leslie is going to write down from here all the way up. She's going to write all those names down and have those names ready for when we're at convention, right? Because those are the people that you really need to be reaching back out to and talking about the new product that launches, talking about any specials that we have. It's really just a list that you need to be revisiting often, is all those people that have no sub in place. Okay. And even looking at someone that has a sub in place that's not 100 PV. She wants that person to eventually get to 100 PV. So she's not just earning 4 points, she's earning 6 points, right? And actually, this is her level 2. So the max she would earn is 5 points on this person. Does that make sense? So that's another person that she may want to work with Alberta Barrett and help that person to get back up to 100 PV. And that's low hanging fruit, right? Because that's a person that at convention, they would be one of the first people I reach out to, because they don't have to get that much more product for them to get to 100 PV. Does that make sense, you guys? So you kind of have to prioritize that as well. The other thing you really want to take a look at is you want to look at someone's order history. So let's go back to join date. So now we'll start sorting through join date. This is the, yes, this is the earliest join date, I believe, is 7/31. Okay. Is that of, yeah, 2022. Okay. So I'm going to go here, and this is Alberta Barrett. So Alberta Barrett, this is great because she's obviously still, she may not still be sharing actively, but she still has someone that orders from her, because remember the person we just saw that gave Leslie 4 points was Alberta's ambassador, right? So we see that Leslie has some duplication going on. It's happening in her organization. However, Alberta's not being paid on any of her people, right? Whether it's pay points or what do you call it? Business building bonuses. She's not getting paid on that, because guess what? Her sub is not set until August. And her sub is at 91 PV and not 100 PV. You have to be at 100 PV if you want to get paid. So all those things are really important to be looking at, right? So guess what? I'm going to be talking to Alberta. If I were Leslie, I would be talking to Alberta, getting her back on track, getting her to 100 PV, getting her subset for, or just an order place. But again, speaking about that subscription and the perks points and all of those things, that would be important. The other thing, let's go to the next person. So Alberta signed up at 7/31, but Wesley signed up. It looks like it's a relative of Leslie's, but we don't care who that person, like how they're related. We just know, okay, someone she probably knows well because they have the same last name, but I'm going to look at order history. Okay. And you want to look at order history because you want to maybe see when was the last time the person ordered. This person ordered back in November. That was the last time they ordered. Well, it's been December, January, February, March, April, May. It's been 6 months since they ordered. So guess what we need to do with Wesley? Anybody want to unmute and tell me what we need to do with Wesley? Let's do a little pop quiz. What do we need to do with Wesley?
Clear them.
What y'all say? You're all talking at once. What?
Clear them.
We want to clear them. Why are we trying to clear them?
We want to clear
So we
them.
can prospect them. I'm sorry, Cheryl. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say we want to clear them so that if they decide that maybe they want to order again, we'll get credit for them.
Yes.
So you want to.
And let me qualify that. Yes, that you're exactly right. Cheryl, we want to get credit, meaning full credit, not just, oh, we're getting pay points, because you're always going to get pay points if they order, right? A certain PV amount. But we want to get a business building bonus, right? A first order bonus. We also want to get leadership retreat credits, right? You're only going to get that if it's a new person. So that's the reason why you have to be really, really intentional about clearing out your people. Honestly, some may not agree with this, but I have a rule of thumb. If someone just tells me they're like not really wanting to commit anymore, I just clear them then, right? Because more than likely, sooner than later, they're going to come back around, and I don't consider them paying $9.95 or even $1, or when it's free, the membership fee, like as a loss. Does that make sense? I don't think I'm taking anything from them. Okay. So I just clear them out the gate, because I have too many other fish that I'm frying over here, and too much on my plate for me to then have to go back and then, oh, well, let me go clear people kind of one at a time periodically. I just do it right then. Does that make sense? So then, and then lo and behold, something will happen. A new product will launch. We have an LTO, and that person's then ready to try something new, right? Or they realize, oh, I didn't commit like I should have. And so that person's ready to get started again. Well, that person now can be reinstated as a new person if it's been 6 months or more. Okay. So in order to clear the person, I'm sharing this because I know a lot of people don't know this. I go to Help Center. Okay. And when you go to Help Center, did y'all see where I clicked on Help Center? It's all the way at the bottom of the website. Okay. And I just go in and I search clear. As soon as you type in clear, oops, I don't even have to do anything. It's just clear an active account in your downline. Okay. Then I scroll down here and it tells you the parameters. It says the account was created more than 12 months ago. And even if the account was less than 12 months ago, if the person has not ordered in 6 months or more, okay, and it says active, and then it says inactive ordering within the last 12 months. Oh, that's retail. I'm sorry. Here it is. It says if the person has not ordered in no more than 6 months within the last 6 months, then you can clear that person. So I click here. I don't even pay attention to this. This was like, oh, this is new to me, because I never sign up retail people. So I clear this person out. You put your email address here and you put your ID number here, and then you click on account type. Most people at this point would be VIP, but it doesn't really matter. You can click either one and it's still going to clear it. And then you simply put that person's email address that they signed up with, their first and the last name. If you have other people you want to clear, you click yes. If not, you click no, and then you click submit. Okay. It's as simple as that. You'll get an email in less than probably 15 minutes. And within an hour or so, that person will be cleared. It usually takes less time than that. I mean, it's super immediate. Okay. So I don't ever call into customer service for stuff like this. I do it here. Okay. So that's that. Anybody have any questions about that?
Robin, I had a question around when you clear. So I was waiting to clear people kind of as I was running into that scenario, because when you clear them, like, what do you do with their name? Do you have a list of them? Because I feel like when they go out of my system,
you forget about them, like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, I do have a list of all of those people. Okay. I write their name down, and I just have a notebook where it's just like people that they were influxes, but they no longer are. And so I'll remember to reach back out to those people, because you are bringing up a good point. When you're clearing them out of your back office, so they won't be there anymore. Does that make sense? So I would recommend doing that. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for asking that, because I do think that's a very, very important point. Okay. So that's another thing that you need to be preparing for, not just to rank up, just preparing to have a season of momentum in your business by getting all these things, all your ducks in a row and ready. So when products launch at convention, specials happen, you're really ramping things up as you're finishing out leaders retreat contests over the next 2 to 3 months, that you have all those things ready. Okay. So we'll go back to points and rank up report. And so we'll see, we'll look at all those join dates of people, and we'll clear the appropriate people as we see fit. Is everybody really clear on that? You looking at their order history, going to view details, looking at the person's order history, and then counting up to know if it's been 6 months or more, you can do XYZ. Okay. Now, the other thing that I would take a look at, I want to make sure I'm covering all my points. You want to make sure that you are looking at your previous month's points. And so, like we said earlier, Leslie ended at 60 points last month. Okay. Typically, I would shave off at least 10% of your points just because of natural attrition. right? So if you're trying to set a goal and you're like, okay, well, I ended at 60 points. So don't think automatically I'm going to end in June with 60 points because of attrition, right? So you have to shave a little bit of that off. Okay. So let's just say she really ends up at 54 points. And now in order her to re-rank gold, she would have to have what? 56 points in order to, I mean, 46 points in order to get back to gold. Can everybody mute themselves? Can you mute everybody? Okay, thank you. So 54 points is what you would need, right? And so right now, I would say Leslie is probably, and she's a very good recruiter, Leslie probably would be the main person to sign most of these people up to get back to re-rank back to gold. Does that make sense? So I would do 54 points, not really 60 because we're shaving off 10% attrition, okay? And I would venture to say that those 54 points, I could divide by 6 if she thinks she's going to be the only person signing people up. But I say have a little faith and believe that you're going to also help people to share. So in that case, I would divide 54 points by 5.5. Okay, does everybody understand why I'm doing 5.5? Is anybody willing to unmute and say why I'm saying 5.5?
Because you're assuming that you're going to recruit some and then you're going to have some of your level ones recruiting. So the average of the points would be around 5.5.
100%. So me doing 54 points divided by 5.5 is around 9.8, which we don't have half people or 3/4 people or 8/10 people. So it would be 10 people that she needs to, and that is possible, right? But I want you to think when you're thinking about a rank up, I don't want you to only think about, oh, I need to get 10 new people, right? Because most of the time you can scour your back office and re-engage a lot of people and help them to see the value of them getting back on board, because they already came to you once because they trusted you with making some different decision in their health, whether they stuck with the product or not, right? Or they wanted to join the business or they wanted to make money or whatever it is, right? So you want to also be looking through different lenses, not just the lens of, because Leslie's a good recruiter. So Leslie could be in her mind, her default thinking could be, oh, okay, well, I got to go find 10 people. Let me go find 10 new people. Well, it's honestly going to be a lot easier for her if she already has a game plan, which is what I'm showing you guys tonight, a game plan that where she's like, okay, I know at least 3 or 4 of these people in my back office, like in my organization already. I'm going to get 3 or 4 of those people back going before the end of this month. And I'm starting to plant those seeds now, right? And then all the things that happen at convention with the product launches and the specials or whatever the deals they have. And on top of that, all the things that you should be sharing while you're at convention, not just products, but like your experience, the community, the fun that you're having. Because again, you're trying to touch different personality colors. There's some people that the fun factor of us being at convention and all together, the community, the personal growth, seeing John Maxwell, seeing Valerie Burton, learning all these new things. You may be reaching and touching different people for different reasons. So you have to be posting about all that while you're at convention. Does everybody understand how all this kind of culminates? So you're doing all these things. If 3 or 4 people, Leslie is planting those seeds now, communicating, engaging those individuals. And then those 3 or 4 of those, however many individuals she has inactive in her organization, they come back. That means now all of a sudden she doesn't feel as overwhelmed that she has to go get 10 new people. She has to really probably only get 6 new people in less than, right? And maybe a few more if all of these people are, or less than that, if all these people are her people. We were only saying 10 people if it was her and some of her people adding folks. Does that make sense? So it would be fewer people if she's getting 6 points for everybody. So I just want to show you guys how doable goals like this are to achieve, but you have to have some strategy behind what you're doing. You can't just say, oh, I want to get back to gold this month and just like on a wing and a prayer, you just hope something happens. You have to have a game plan. Okay. The other thing is, and that's what I always consider and refer to backing into your goals. You really want to be backing into your goals every month. The other thing, and one of the final things that I want you to think about is keeping an active list of all these individuals that are in your back office. Let me stop the screen share. Looking at all the people that are in your back office as it relates to sending, sharing, and inviting them to different things. Okay. So, and because a lot of times, again, we're only thinking, we have like a one-track mind, and we're only thinking about, oh, new people that we've brought, new people that we haven't yet signed up, or new people that haven't yet completely engaged us about Plexus. There are people in your organization who are probably teachers, right? And so they need to be invited to the teacher call tomorrow, right? To the Wellness Wednesday event. And then you have individuals who maybe they were active, 2 or 3 months ago, and they said they wanted to work the business, but they have now since fallen off. They're not ordering, but they have never joined a vision casting call, or they have never joined a product training call. I cannot tell you how many people have joined my product training call who they were one product orders, or they were 2 or 3 product orders, or one combo order. They never ordered anything else. And they got off of a call that I've done where I break down the products that I'll be doing on Thursday, that I do once a month. And they have decided, oh, I need a litany of products. Why is that beneficial for someone to think, okay, I only know about the triplex because that's all my sponsor, explained to me. And that's all I told them I really wanted, to now them knowing about 27 other products, or how I'm just making up a number, a lot of other products. What's the benefit of that? There's multiple benefits. Can someone popcorn out just a few of those benefits?
Well, sometimes, Robin, I've learned that they may have other health issues that maybe they haven't even discussed with you. So I think it really inspires their mindset, like, wow, I'm experiencing this, I'm experiencing that. And that may open them up to say, hey, I need some more products on their own. They're buying into needing more supplements on their own without us having to say anything.
Yes, 100%. Thank you, Cheryl, for sharing that. And why would that also be beneficial to your business? Not like, because in your mind, you may be thinking, well, they're already ordering the triplex regularly. So why do I need to get
It may trigger
about getting them on the call? What,
may
Lorna?
trigger them to think of other people in their family or friends that need
Yes.
those products.
100%. And on top of that, you are widening their knowledge base, which makes it where if they happen to order 180 count of the BioCleanse one month and they just don't need any extra, they're more likely, you can then, if you're following up well, you can then say to them, hey, okay, I got X, Y, and Z from this call. It was really great. I think my sister needs this, and I need this, and I want to try this later. It's a very, very good talking point for you to get people to keep their subscription on, right? Why? Because they're earning perks credits. It's another opportunity for you to bring up perks. Oh, well, we'll make sure that once your sub goes through this month, then you'll have enough credits to redeem this product for free if you know that they probably can't afford to get it at that moment. The other reason is that as they may not need other products in the future because maybe they haven't been as consistent with the BioCleanse, or they don't take as many BioCleanse as they thought they would need to, then you can promote, okay, well, we won't get the BioCleanse this month, but maybe we need to start looking at getting the MetaBurn, because you said you wanted to focus on the belly fat, the visceral fat in your tummy. You want to get rid of that, or the thigh meat rubbing together like I struggle with. How about we do that, right? So these are all opportunities that you're not even necessarily upselling them. You're just broadening their base and their knowledge of and understanding of our complete and the depth and breadth of our product line. So I just really, really encourage you to be implementing all of these things, because this is 100% how you position yourself for a rank up when you're reaching back to people who may have fallen off the bandwagon, and you're not just assuming because they didn't respond the last 2 times you reached out to them that they just aren't interested. So many people come back, timing's different, all these things are happening. Okay. So don't take any of these things personally. They're still your client. They're still your customer. They're in your funnel still. They should never leave your funnel until they tell you to kick rocks. Okay. So I just really encourage you, implement all of these things, get all of your lists ready when you're at convention next week. Many of you who will be there, you do not want to have to be, scrambling through your back office, and you want all those lists to already be made. Does that make sense? And I would already start getting some reach outs that you've done in the past, that it may not necessarily be about a product launch or whatever, because you don't know what this product's going to be, but it's something where it sounds like your voice and all you have to do is kind of plug and play. If you use boards, I highly recommend that you start creating a few boards about, hey, I'm at convention, you see what I'm saying? So all you have to do is edit that board, and you can send a lot of messages at one time. Okay. So I hope this was beneficial. We're right at 8:30, so we're going to stop here. But thank you so much, Leslie, for letting us be your guinea pig in your back office today. It was really beneficial having just a much smaller organization that we could take a look at, also being able to take a look at easy math as far as filling in the gap from looking at where you are right now to where you really want to be. So it's possible. You guys got this. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Excited. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye, Robin.
Thanks,
Thank